Hi everyone, welcome back to the Lewis Pickford Football Show. On today's episode, it's another episode of my fantasy. I'm going to preview next week's fantasy, but first of all, I'm going to see how I did this week, what players did well, who's top of my fantasy league, and see what transfers I might make for next week. So let's have a look at my game week 1. Pretty impressed with myself, to be honest. Average points 50, end up scoring 78. Pulisic didn't start, but I think he will be fit for Liverpool next weekend. Obviously, the main player was Salah. If you captain Salah, obviously you were getting 40 points. The 3 players that I said I wanted in from the start were Arnold, Salah, and Jimenez. And Salah and Jimenez both returned more than 6 points, and obviously Salah hat-trick, 20.3 bonus points. Beautiful for anyone who had him. I got a bit lucky with Vinagre not playing and Mitchell coming in, but Wolves did keep a clean sheet anyway. I was surprised Vinagre didn't play. The new signing Marcel come in, played really well actually. Left wing back, played the full 90. So I got Mitchell who got a clean sheet to come in, but like I said, Wolves kept a clean sheet anyway. Aubameyang scored. Justin got an assist and a clean sheet. 4.5 million, brilliant value. Let's just have a little look at who got the bonus points. Willian, 3 assists, one to look out for, but Arsenal's fixtures aren't the greatest after playing West Ham at home next week. Bonus for Gabriel. Gabriel scored, clean sheet. I didn't think he'd come straight into the team, but he looked like a good player. Palace beat Southampton, obviously. Guaita, the keeper, clean sheet, 3 bonus points. Liverpool Leeds, what a game that was. Brilliant for the neutral to watch, and obviously Salah 3 bonus points with a hat-trick. I thought Newcastle looked really strong. They played 4-4-2 with Carroll and Wilson, and it really worked. Hendrick got a goal and assist on his debut, 3 bonus points for him. I wouldn't think about putting Hendrick in though. He's more of a defensive kind midfield, especially when they play 4-4-2. They keep a very solid shape. Leicester 3-0 cracking win at the Hawthorns. 2 penalties. Vardy, Castagna, goal assist on his debut. Definitely want to keep an eye on Castagna. Right back, new signing. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scored the winner at how poor Spurs were, really poor. Digne with the assist, so he picks up the 3 bonus points with his clean sheet. Wolves, like I said, Jimenez and Sai's both got the goals, and they were 3 and 2 points respectively. Sai's goal assist, and at 4.5 million he was one of the best defenders value, and at 5 million he might just be that again this season. But the reason that I went for Vinagre was 0.5 million cheaper, but then obviously he didn't start. And last but not least, Chelsea. I thought Brighton played really well until Reece James put that in the top corner and it changed the game. Obviously James got an assist and a goal, giving him the 3 bonus points. The only thing with Reece James is Azpilicueta is now coming back from injury, and I don't know who will play between the two. I think it will be a rotation risk. Let's have a look at my league, the league that you've all joined. Top, Oliver Parker, my friend Oliver Parker. Shall we just see what he did? Triple captain Mohamed Salah first week. Very brave strategy, but 20 points for your triple captain. I think if you get better than 20 points for your triple captain picking this season, you'll do really well. I just don't see it. He is first with 97 points. And who's second? Me. You should have all listened. Should have just copied my team. No, joined second, 78 points. So take that 20 points off his triple captain and he would have been on 77. So I scored highest without using a chip this week. And after showing my team to everyone, I'm really proud of that. And then it's tight. Obviously, it's first week. Who's at the bottom? Lee Scott, Robbie Dunn, David McMahon and Lewis Carrick. Need to sort yourselves out, boys. So next week, let's have a look at the fixtures. I've already made my transfers for next week. Second, you think, he might just stick with his team. No, all in. I've done 3 transfers. So, I think Pulisic will be fit for next week, so that's why I've left him in. But with Man United coming into the game, we can play Palace at home, I needed a Man United player in there. I've gone for Marcus Rashford as a midfielder because he plays left wing, but he basically plays up front. I think people will go for Fernandes and Martial more than Rashford, so I've gone as a differential there. And Callum Wilson, I thought he looked superb for Newcastle last week, especially if they play 2 front, they'll create bags of chances. Got a goal, 6.5 million, he's going straight in my team. To get Rashford and Wilson in, I had to take Trent Alexander-Arnold out. And Alexander-Arnold will come back in my team at some point. But their next 2 fixtures are Chelsea away and Arsenal at home. And the way they defended against Leeds at home, I can't see them really keeping clean sheets as much as they did last season. So I put Struwich in from Leeds, 4 million, played against Liverpool last week. And I'm banking on a not so great defence because I think my front 7 looks really strong. Aubameyang, Pulisic, Salah, Rashford, Wilson, Ings and Jimenez. So I've gone -8 for this week, and I don't mind it because if you look at that front 7, Rashford and Wilson to score more than 8 points between them, I'll take that for the -8 hit. On my bench is Vinagre. I want to see if Marcel starts next week at home, then Vinagre 4.5. I'll change him for Charlie Taylor of Burnley. But I want to give him one more chance. See if it was away at Sheffield United. Quite a hard game. Vinagre's more of an attacking fullback. So yeah, I've left him in for now. I might put Nyland in at home to Sheffield United if they don't. They're meant to sign Martinez from Arsenal. So, but yeah, I'm happy with that front 7. The only risk is Struwich. If Liam Cooper's fit, he might play Cooper. But we'll have a look at that next week, and he's a 4 million option. But yeah, that is my team for next week. McCarthy, Struwich, Justin, great player. 9 points last week, beautiful. Mitchell, clean sheet, 4 million. I said if you watch my preview, Mitchell 4 million. He'll be Palace's number 1 left back till Van Aantel out. There's an unknown return date on his shoulder. So Mitchell 4 million, clean sheet reward straight away. I'll be disappointed if Pulisic is not fit because the consensus is that he will play. He just wasn't quite match sharpness, and I think he will definitely be in the squad to play Liverpool at home. My captain this week is between Aubameyang, Salah and Rashford. It will be one of the 3 midfielders. Aubameyang obviously scored last week. Salah got a hat-trick. I know Salah's playing Chelsea away, but I fancy goals in that game, especially the way Liverpool and Chelsea defended in their first opening game week. And I fancy Salah against anyone, and Rashford at home against Crystal Palace. At the minute, I've got Aubameyang in, but it will be one of them 3 as my captain. I like a midfielder as a captain, especially an attacking midfielder, because they get obviously more points for goals than a striker. And some of them, Salah and Rashford, basically play up front. But yeah, so that is my team for this game week. Get your comments in below. So my predictor this week, last week I got 3 out of 4. I picked Schmeichel for Leicester, clean sheet, 6 points. That was a win. I picked Bertrand away to Crystal Palace, did 2 points. That was a loss. Salah, hat-trick, Jimenez, goal and 2 bonus points. So 3 out of 4 my predictor. There's been a few comments below and no one got 3 out of 4 like me, so no shout out today, sorry boys. Please keep doing it though. Pick 4 players in this current game week who you think will get more than 2 points. You've got to pick a goalkeeper, a defender, a midfielder and a striker. You're allowed 2 from teams in Europe and 2 without teams in Europe. So you can't just pick Man United, Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool. You can't just pick a player from each one of them teams. And you can't pick a player from the same club. So for example, if I picked Salah in my midfield for Liverpool, I then can't pick Alexander-Arnold as a defender. It's got to be 1 from each club. So now let's move on to my point predictor for this week. My 4 players and who they're going to be. First in goal is going to be a non-European team goalkeeper. It's going to be Jordan Pickford from Everton at home to West Brom. I thought West Brom looked really, really lacklustre up front when they were at home to Leicester. And Everton kept a clean sheet away at Tottenham. Mina and Keane, both centre-half, look solid. But the main player, Allen, I mentioned him in my preview and I mentioned him in my Brother v Brother. I honestly believe Allen, who got man of the match by the way, could have got in any midfield in the Premiership. That's how highly I rate him as a central defensive midfielder. I think him sitting in front of the back 4 has just done them a world of good. Richarlison, James and Calvert-Lewin can just stay up front and go do what they want. I thought Doucouré was impressive as well. But yeah, Everton goalkeeper Jordan Pickford is my pick for my goalkeeper to get more than 2 points this week. My defender, I was back and forth. I didn't know whether to pick a Newcastle defender at home or Brighton, but I thought Brighton looked quite dangerous at home to Chelsea last night. I'm going to go for Juan Basaka of Manchester United at home to Crystal Palace. I think Juan Basaka's one-on-one probably one of the best defenders in the league. But last season, towards the back end of last season, he started getting forward more and his crosses are getting better. You can see he's really been practising in training. So I fancy Man United to keep a clean sheet at home to Crystal Palace. But if not, I think Juan Basaka can get attacking returns. So he's going to be my first European defender for Man United, Juan Basaka. My midfield is pretty obvious. Another European team, Arsenal, Aubameyang. West Ham at home. West Ham were dreadful at home to Newcastle. I think if Arsenal score early, it could be a field day. This is the kind of game for West Ham where you think they're going to get battered and they might go get something, but for me there's goals in this game, and Aubameyang, when Arsenal score, Aubameyang seems to score with them. Takes penalties as well, absolute no-brainer, probably going to be my captain for the game week. My midfield pick for my point predictor this week is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. In my striker, I've gone for a little bit of a outsider, as in not for the player that I've gone for, as in he scores a lot of goals, but just who they're playing. I'm going to go for Danny Ings of Southampton. First home game, Southampton. I thought Spurs were terrible at home. Everton could have scored more than the one goal. And I think Spurs' confidence is really shaky at the moment. And I fancy Ings and Adams to cause Eric Dyer all sorts of problems. Ings has been sharing penalty duties with Ward-Prowse in pre-season. So it'll be interesting to see who takes the first one when they get one in the Premier League. But I fancy Southampton to score at least one, and I'm backing Danny Ings. So my four players are Jordan Pickford in goal, Juan Basaka defence, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang midfield, and Danny Ings as my striker. Get your comments in below like a few of you did last week. Pick your four players, you know the rules now. So that is my team for the final week, and that is my points predictor. That's been the Lewis Pickering Football Show. Just a little comment on the comments that have been coming into my channel. Absolutely, more and more comments coming in talking about your certain teams, like on my Championship one and my Premier League one. If I've missed something or something happened in your game week, obviously because I can't watch every game or the full 90 minutes. If something happened that you think I should talk about, let me know in the comments below, and get your points predictor and your four players. So this has been the Lewis Pickering Football Show, and I'll catch you on the next time. Bye.